Let's talk with author Maddie Dawson. So thanks for talking with me today, Maddie. It's great to meet you.
It's great
again.
to meet you too again.
What other advice do you have for book clubs? Because you've visited a lot of book clubs, right?
I have visited a lot of book clubs. One of the things I love about going to book clubs is that I often learn something about my characters from the book clubs. Like, they will see connections that I didn't see, and it's so illuminating to realize just by their questions that they'll ask me, they'll see that one character was echoing something that another character was thinking later in the book, and you go, oh, I didn't know that was in there.
Yeah, but you should say, yes, I did that on purpose.
I know, I absolutely do.
So part of your advice for book clubs, it sounds like, is not to be intimidated by having the author there, and to really tell that you might have some insights for the author that she hasn't thought about.
I think that's a really good point. And I also think authors love so much coming to the book clubs, you know, that it really is a great thing.
So what do you wish that readers knew about writers?
We love what we do, but it's also very hard for us, and that we're constantly struggling to create a world that feels absolutely real. Novels are not about real life. They are so much about the high moments and the low moments, and we're constantly trying to figure out the way that story arc should be and measuring everything out. It's almost like putting together a big puzzle, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think book clubs need to know that that's the way writers are approaching it. Sometimes they will ask about characters as though they're these real people, and we think, they're real people, but they also are marks on a page for us too. You know, we're able to change them around as we want to as well. Like, oh, okay, I change my character's name sometimes. Do you do that?
Oh, yeah.
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 And they become different people when I do that.
So tell me what you think was your best ever experience as a writer.
Well, there's been several really good ones, and one of the best was when the first book sold, and that telephone call. I wasn't expecting it, and it was just this moment where the agent called and was giving me this news, and I actually went completely speechless. I couldn't even form words. I'd been working on the book for 17 years, and so it was. I thought I would be working on it for the rest of my life. I never thought it would actually sell.
So what about your worst moment as a writer?
Well, the worst moments, there's unfortunately a lot of worst moments too, and those come with every book, where you get to that point in the book where you think, I've made a terrible mistake in agreeing to write this book. It can't work. Luckily, I had a good friend who was a novelist, and she warned me that that would be happening, and she said, it's a lie. You can do it. You just have to write through that fear. And knowing that has kept me in it.
Is every book difficult in a different way?
I think so. Have you found that to be true too?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that you get to be an expert finally on writing the book that you just finished.
Right.
But the new one, and it feels like it should get easier.
Yeah.
I heard Philip Roth say it never gets easier, and I thought, oh no, if even he says it doesn't get easier.
But that's reassuring too, right?
It
That
is,
if Philip
it is.
Roth never gets better at it, nobody's going to.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So can you recommend one book that you think book clubs would really love?
You know, probably book clubs have all read this book by now, but I love any of the books by Leanne Moriarty. I think those are the most fascinating books for book clubs. One that's lesser known is What Alice Forgot, and it's about a woman who is 28. No, she's 38, and she falls and hits her head, and suddenly she thinks that it's 10 years earlier. And it seems like kind of a flimsy construct for a novel, but it's totally plausible, and it really makes you look at what you would change if you had the last 10 years to live over again.
So what do you have coming next for book clubs to read?
Well, I have a book that is out right now and is in paperback, and it's called The Survivor's Guide to Family Happiness. And I am working on a book that will be out in June called Matchmaking for Beginners.
I loved the character of Indigo. I thought she was so wonderful. Just so perfectly drawn. And also that, that whole issue of like, who's your family?
Who is your family?
And who do you belong to?
Right. Yeah, I think every author kind of has a thing that they even unknowingly keep writing about. And that must be mine, that, where do we belong? Who are our real family members? And is it the people we choose to be with, or is it the people that we were born to?
Well, it was great talking with you.
Great talking
Thanks
with you
for having me over.
Thank you
It was
for
really
coming.
fun.
This was really terrific.
Read on!